So the county gets the property. The only reason they took it back because they want to get it back on the tax roll. So they're not going to hold any of those properties. They wish they could get rid of every one of them every day.
Hey, thanks a lot for joining us. And if you have joined us, you're interested in tax foreclosure auctions. Well, good news for you. We have somebody here by the name of Ted Thomas who knows a thing or two about how to make money off tax auctions. Ted, you've been doing this for over 30 years. Getting back to the exit strategy, what are some of the things you should think about? I mean, in other words, should you look at a piece of property and go, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to look for something that I'm going to fix up and sell. Or I'm going to find somebody else who fixes this house and sell it to them. I mean, is that what you, are there like 2 or 3 strategies?
You're right. You're right on track. The American way is buy a house, paint it, fix it up, and put a little white picket fence around it and sell it and live happily ever after. Every TV commercial is about that. It goes on and on. Problem is, you're not the only one in the marketplace. There's a lot of people in the marketplace, and there's a lot of savvy people in the marketplace. Then there's a lot of people that don't know a lot in the marketplace. All right, so now, if you don't get educated, so if you look at a property, you have to think of what it's going to sell for. So you're going to have to know that neighborhood. What is that property going to be? What could you retail it for? So I teach people tax auctions are selling property 10, 20, 30 cents starting bid. That doesn't mean you're going to get it for that. You might have to pay 30 or 40 cents on the dollar for it. All right, so if I buy it for, say, 40 cents on the dollar, can I sell it for 60 or 80 cents on the dollar? Now, of course, you'd like to sell it for 100, but remember, they're used and abused. They're not, they're not perfect. They're not pristine. They're not beautiful paint. This is not one of those programs you see on television where they got this house is kind of below average, and this beautiful woman comes in with all her crew, and all of a sudden they fix it up, and 29 minutes later, it looks like a mansion. We're not in that business. We're buying used and abused, all right? Then we might have to fix them up, or if they're used and abused, can we sell it to a fixer-upper person? Could we sell it to one of those renovators like you see on television? Or could we sell it to a flipper? See, there was 3 strategies I gave you right there. So you need to know that before you buy. But do you think the average person does that? No, the average person, I want to buy it. They buy stuff. Now, what are you going to do with it? It could be a real problem. I'm not saying it's a business without risk. This is a big risk business if you don't know what you're doing. And there's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing, a lot.
So you mentioned, it's probably maybe best to start out local so you can go look at the property. But let's say I want to venture out, and I don't know, again, I'm interested in a property in a couple states over. Is every tax foreclosure property that's going to show up at an auction, are they all on that online list I'll see? Or does the county ever hold some, that only people who live in the county get to see?
No, there's no favoritism. The auctions are a reason. In the United States, we have laws, and the laws say, all right, the county took the property back. They're going to sell it at a public auction. So the county employees, they're not going to hold on to anything. They want to get rid of these properties as quickly as they can. That's why they discount. They discount tax properties 65, 75, 80% below market. They discount it to get it out there and get it sold. You see, once they sell the property, the new person has to start paying taxes. The government, the local government that sells the property, needs the money. What do they need the money for? The money from taxes on property. It pays the police, it pays the firefighters, pays the school teachers, you're getting the idea? Pays for the schools, pays to fix the roads. All the bills that are paid come from the tax defaulted. So the county gets the property. The only reason they took it back because they want to get it back on the tax roll. So they're not going to hold any of those properties. They wish they could get rid of every one of them every day because they need the revenue to run the government.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Question, is it just sort of, you mentioned that they may put it at 60 cents to the dollar, 80 cents, the cheaper that the county is offering this property to begin with, the bidding, should I be more, are they going to put up a decent property and bid it and start the bidding really, really low? Should that be a red flag to go, that's probably a property you don't want because it's too low and they're just trying to get rid of it? Because
okay,
Well, no, I'm kind of just going on because you threw out a big range there, and I'm like,
Maybe you've been doing too much business with the government. Okay, but anyway, let me tell you what the system is. Okay. So let's assume that the county officials, they're just people like you and I going to work every day trying to do a good job. Okay. All right. Now, they always do a good job? I don't know, but they have rules. Okay, I can show you a rule book if you want. You can get a rule book for every single county in the United States. Everything's done with rules. You got big rule books like this. And next time we do a video, say, show me a rule book, and I'll go over here to the archive next to me and show you a rule. All right, so they got rules. Here's what the rule is. The county, you didn't pay tax, so the county's going to issue notices of default. If you continue not to pay tax, they're going to seize, they're going to confiscate your property, and they're going to put it over here on an auction block. So visualize an auction block with a house on it. They're going to sell it. And they're going to sell every property that's defaulted. All right, they're going to start the bidding at the back taxes because that's all they want is the back tax. All the county wants is the back taxes. They're not going to adjust the price up and down, but the price will go up and down because of the market. So I go to the market and you go to the market. We want to buy this house on the auction block. We both want to buy it. All right, so in order to buy it, I bid 20 cents an hour. Let's say it's a nice colonial house, 3-bedroom. It's on 4 or 5 acres, but the roof needs a little work. It needs some paint. It's kind of, the bushes don't look good. All right, so I bid 20 cents on the dollar, but you're a smart cookie and you know how to paint and clean. So you say, oh, I'm going to bid 30 cents on the dollar. I say, damn, I want to get this one. So I might bid 40 cents on the dollar. So let's say I think the property's worth $400,000. Wow. But it doesn't look so good because it's used and abused. So now if I bid 40 cents on the dollar, I just bid $160,000. So I got to have the money. So I do. So I write out the check. I give them the check, and I get the property. Now, what am I going to do with it? Oh, my goodness. Well, I might have to do a lot on it. I might have to put a roof on it. I might have to fix it up. I might have to clean it up inside. I might have to put a new kitchen, and then I resell it. Well, if I resell it, all the margin between what I paid for it and what I sell it for, that's all mine. But I didn't get it for 10 cents on the dollar. So everybody thinks they're going to get a country club house for 10 cents on the dollar. It's not going to happen. It's not. Why won't it happen? Because other people know about the auction. Do you think if I go to New York and this auction is going to have, let me see, 166 properties according to that. That's how many. There's going to be 150 people bidding on that. Could bid on that property. I don't know if they'll all bid, but what if it goes for 30 cents on the dollar? Well, you're not going to steal them, but you're going to get prices. If I can buy a $400,000 house for 40 cents on the dollar, do I want it?
Yep, I sure do.
Okay. Now, if I could have got it for 20 cents, wouldn't that be better? Yes, but there's going to be other bidders, so we have to be practical and say, wait a minute. The more we know, so if I know I could sell it. So now let me tell you how good the house was. It had big oak trees. It was at 4 acres. It was in a nice neighborhood. How do I know? I could check all the comparables in the neighborhood, right? So what if all the houses in the neighborhood were worth $500,000, and I bought this one for $160,000? Wow, I'm excited. All right, so that's what auctions are. So all the houses are going to be. So now I go to a track, another different place, and buy at the same auction. They might have a house that's worth $150,000. Well, what if I could buy that for $30,000 or $40,000? I'd like to do that. Do I always get one? Sometimes I go to auction, I don't get anything. I go, oh, I didn't get anything. I don't get any. So some of our people go to an auction, 3, 4, 5. I can tell you about a guy right here in just outside of Tampa. He went to 17 auctions, and he didn't get what he wanted. But when he got one, he got a property that he invested $9,000 in, and the tax collector said it was worth $91,000. He got it for $9,100, and the tax collector said it was worth $91,000. Oh, yeah. How many of those would you like?
So, Ted, how do you know when the next upcoming tax auction is?
Okay, well, I actually don't know when the next one is going to be because there's over 3,000 of these tax defaulted auctions. So what you have to do is check with the local counties. Now, what you could do is you could just get a hold of the county treasurer in any county in the United States. There's over 3,000 counties. That means there'll be over 3,000 auctions. So the county treasurer controls that auction, and they'll have that information.
Well, I have one last question, and this is kind of a dum-dum, but hey, I saw them at the auction, and I get the house I want. I have to pay in cash, check? Can I use credit? What's the deal there in terms of what do you need to purchase?
You're not getting any credit from the government. They know better than that. So they're going to say you have to qualify. You have to have your money there. They're gonna say some places will even let you use a credit card, but they're going to say your check has to be here. When you go to the back of the room, when the auctioneer says going once, going twice, going, and there's a big gavel, like a judge has, the gavel goes boom down like that. When the gavel goes down, you better be headed for the back, and so that you can pay for it. If you don't pay for it, they'll just auction it again. Right there. They'll start right over again, and they'll auction. And if you haven't got cashier's checks or good money,
All right,
checks,
so you got to be prepared.
It used to be, yeah. In the old days, people would come in with a big bag of money. They'd be counting it out, But nowadays, if you got money, they think you're a drug dealer. So you don't have any cash.
You hit on a lot of different aspects of this, and it's obvious there's a lot of strategic thinking between where are you going to buy, how much should you spend, what are you going to do with it. So, yeah, tell us a little bit. If somebody's interested in learning more and taking one of your classes, how can they get their feet wet and learn more about taking really making money on tax foreclosure auctions?
Well, they can do two things. First thing they should think about doing is you're going to have to get some training. Now, if you don't want to take training from me, go get it yourself. Just start going to auctions. After you've gone to 10 or 20 auctions, you'll get it, and then start looking at go to the auction. Say I was going to buy that one. Now go see if you could sell it for what you want and all that. So that usually takes people 18 months to 2 years to learn that. Or what a lot of people do is we recommend spend $47. I don't do anything free. Nothing's free. You're going to have to pay a couple of bucks. $47. We start at 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and we go until 5 o'clock, and it's all about tax defaulted property. Okay, now we cover tax liens and everything. We cover tax defaulted. We show you people doing it. We show you the teachers that teach you how to do it. We show you So are you going to be an expert with a PhD? No, but you'll know so much that now you spend $47 whether this is something you want to do. So now that was a very inexpensive thing to do. And all they have to do is go below me. They can register for one of those classes. Now, if they don't want to do that, they just want to see how big a business this is, they could go and look at our auction calendar. So we have an auction calendar. It's an interactive map. And it'll show a person, it'll show them, well, let me just put it up on the screen right now, and anybody can see it. Okay, now if you can see the white circles on the map, now you're getting the idea. This map will show you every single property in the United States that's coming up for tax auction. All right, small counties, small population, there are just a few properties. A big population county, there's going to be hundreds and even thousands. It's all shown right on the map so you can see how big it is. So you can do either one, whichever you like to do.
That sounds really great. Hey, Ted, thanks so much for sharing with us today, a lot of your expertise. And for all you folks who are watching, if you like this video, maybe even subscribe to Ted's channel. And by all means, take advantage of what Ted was just talking about, both the scheduler, as well as find out about that $47 class right below. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget, request your free auction list right below me.